everybody? Saturday night. Welcome to another episode. This is a little different than how I normally do things because normally I just do it on Tuesday and Thursday when I can fit some time. But with the report of Microsoft and Discord possibly eventually becoming a thing, rumor, I decided that I might want to talk about it, and I actually had some free time. No one's running around. Don't hear a dog barking. Don't have to constantly, possibly, hopefully not have to keep redoing this. So I'm also got my rooms kind of redone. I got a little more room in here, so I have an extra area to do this. And I like the less lighting outside, so I can actually turn on my nice light and get to talk to you guys about what I think as a person that sells and deals with technology on a daily basis really thinks and hopes can happen from Microsoft if they were to purchase Discord. Now, the reason that made me really think about this today was I was actually talking to a customer at work that looked at Microsoft as Windows, or Windows as a whole, not even under Microsoft, but just Windows under one thing. All Windows devices were alike. It's either Windows or Apple. There's nothing else. There's no tiers or layers to it. It's just Windows, right? Windows devices this, Windows devices that. And I looked at her, I was like, did you know that you can put Windows on anything? You can go to Big Lots and get a Windows laptop. You can go to Walmart. You can go to Target. You can go on Alibaba. You can go on third-party websites. You can find Windows devices anywhere. They literally just have to have a Windows license. Realistically, they don't even really have to do that, right? Whether it's brands like Chewy and stuff like that, like anybody that can get their hands on the parts, they can do it. Especially going online, people putting Windows on old hardware. I mean, it's been around for so long, and it's become this mentality that people think that it's basically Windows versus Apple versus Google, and it's realistically not. People just look at the operating systems. They don't realize what's underneath it. And this is where Microsoft really needs to go. Now, this is where we're going to get started on what my thought process was and why I feel like Microsoft has a chance now with their great leadership that they seem to have now in comparison to what they had before. If they can start to create this roadmap that I talked about in a previous video, I can start to see a possibility, because maybe they're just not talking about it, but the idea of actually buying Discord, how they can mend and bring that together with Xbox and Game Pass and LinkedIn and things like that, how they can make Discord much bigger than gaming, which it already is, but it's a company that only made, I think, $135 million last year. They can purchase them probably pretty cheap in comparison. Obviously, the more they talk about it, other companies going to jump in. Oh my God, Microsoft wants them. Somebody else needs to buy them too. And they'll probably end up having to overbuy, pay for them, and all the rumors will go out. And what are they going to do with it? And bad press, good press, mostly bad press because they're not Apple. And people are going to try to figure out what they're doing. But I think they have a plan. I think they want to take Discord, Xbox Game Pass, LinkedIn, and a lot of these things and kind of bring it together. And that brings me to obviously the core premise of the channel recently, not just being technology, but I've been talking a lot about mobile phones and the Duo and the future of handhelds and how they're going to take over our lives. And if you do a quick search on YouTube and look at all these people that are doing videos. Matthew Monis, you can check out his channel. He literally just did a video about a phone setup using obviously Samsung and DeX, but you can do that with other devices. LG has it. I think Huawei has it if you're in an area where you can buy Huawei devices. Obviously, you can use it on other devices. Any device that has USB-C out, you can download the Lawn Chair app or other apps that can turn Android into a desktop type interface and use it in that manner. And that's the future I'm really looking forward to. Obviously, as a gamer, it's not going to be my only device, but I'm really looking forward to the day where I can take my Duo or whatever my Android or phone device is to work, dock it, keyboard and mouse, do all my work, undock it and go. But right now it's just not there yet unless you have a Samsung device. Like Samsung is literally the only manufacturer that's readily sold in the US that's anywhere close to being ready to that, and they still have a ways to go. And realistically, the only way that's going to happen is if Microsoft really starts pushing forward and starts to integrate the Android ecosystem and lets Linux do its thing, and Google, and they continue to grow things and work in tandem while still being competitors. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And realistically, like the more you look at the Apple ecosystem and how they're just like, hey, look, just buy this device and keep buying it, and people aren't looking at what can be, right? That's one of the biggest things I continue to see is people don't even try to do anything new. They're like, it works, I'm just going to do it, and don't even look at the premise of why something can be better. They don't even use the full extent of their Apple devices, let alone the full extent of Windows and Android, which have way more horsepower, way more capabilities than anything Apple can give them. And again, this is not a bashing on companies. It's more about it's more a realistic reality of reality and civilization and where it's at right now. People want things to be simplistic, and the easiest way for Microsoft to do that is to create this ecosystem and look at how they can take Windows and the Android by creating the Android store and take all their stuff in general, right? Whether it's Discord, LinkedIn, and continue to create this ecosystem, do things like Johnson & Johnson does, like be a diversified company in so many areas and bring things together. And I'm really looking forward to see what hoping Microsoft can do this and create this one thing that every other company, the other two companies doesn't have, and have this social platform, right? If you think about it, none of them have a social platform. It's really just the texting back and forth. Microsoft right now has a chance, if they can get Discord and blend that in with Xbox and Game Pass and Windows and in their Android store, in the Duo, and kind of expand that area, they can take and make the ultimate ecosystem. You have the largest platform on earth in Windows. You take it, you give it Discord, which is I think the greatest social platform out there, because of all, and it's growing. Like, there's so many things you can do with Discord, and so many things that Discord can turn into and become. I mean, Discord is a very young company, a very young piece of software. As I mentioned earlier, they literally are barely profitable. I don't even know if they are profitable as a company yet. And they can start putting this together, do the one-stop shop, right? Bring it together, give us an area where we can work, we can play, and have all our devices working together the way Apple and Google say they can, while having the power, the capability, the length and I don't even know how the words, like the gigantic capabilities of what Windows has. Like, the extent of what Windows can do is endless in comparison to what the limitations of Google Chrome OS and Apple have. Like, especially with Apple going down the ARM route, okay, and Google having a very limited platform in Chrome OS right now, because they want to kind of look at things the same way Apple does. Only give people like people want this. Let's give them this. They don't want this, and the reason they don't want this is because they don't know they have this. Okay, they don't know that they have the thing, everything, right? And that's where the Discords and just Microsoft, listen to me, all right? People, please, hopefully somebody will see this. Listen, it's about the ecosystem. Focus on the ecosystem, okay? Stop with the bashing and slandering of other brands. Build the ecosystem. Buy Discord. Listen to me. Buy Discord. Please buy Discord. I don't trust Google, and I don't trust Apple doing things. Many Google devices I have. I like Google, right? But I trust you guys more if I was going to have to pick the three, right? The lesser of three evils, the direction you can go with Discord and how you can blend it in with LinkedIn, and people can have this world where they can work and play and find jobs and interact, and everything, like everything works, right? Obviously, there's a security side that we need to worry about, because obviously there's some major security flaws with this ecosystem. And no matter what happens, it's going to happen. Obviously, companies are going to play off each other. There is no secure, safe ecosystem. Apple's not safe. I mean, look at how many iCloud hacks they've had, and all the leaks online, and the Facebook turning on the camera and everything. And then Google, obviously, they never get hacked, just like Microsoft, as far as I know, has not been hacked to date. Maybe they have on a couple of occasions I don't know about. I don't really keep up with it. They've been around so long. I'm sure they have. But at the end of the day, they're like that middle ground, right? They're not claiming anything, right? They're not selling things the same way Google does. They're not claiming to not sell things like Apple does, but yet still do it. Like Microsoft, create this ecosystem and start to build trust back into people. You have to figure out a way where people don't look and say, well, Windows sucks, I'm going this route. Because at the end of the day, if people bought a good Windows device, they're going to be happy. If you buy a Surface, which in my opinion is the best consumer laptop, they're going to be happy. Asus ZenBooks, right? Nice gaming laptops instead of the junk Acer Nitros and stuff that are out there. People need to understand what's out there, and the easiest way to do it is to create a social platform where everything comes together and people start to look at Windows and look at everything as Microsoft and not as Windows, right? If they can start looking at things as Microsoft and realize that, hey, look what they do with their devices. Like, they really do a good job. The problem with Windows are those other guys. It's not Microsoft, and it's not. I'll be honest. The issue with Microsoft is not Microsoft. It's Microsoft trying to please everyone because that's what got them to where they are, is to include everyone. Well, guess what? This is your time. All right, guys, thank you for checking it out. I know I got off tangent, I rambled. I'll probably end up talking about this a couple other times. Hopefully it ends up happening. Tell me what you guys think can really happen. What does Microsoft need to do to get the bad taste out of people's mouth with Windows, sell more services, and what do you think they can do if they purchase Discord? Show me one of these. Follow my Twitter. Guys, take care. Have a good night.